Yes, the Archivest, y'all, interviewing Zach Hendrix.
Peace. That's me.
Who is Zach Hendrix?
That would be me, man. I'm a DJ, I'm a producer, and I'm kind of a music protector.
And tell us about your production. And have you made any tracks with any large underground artists?
Large. Well, you know, I've produced some stuff with Dell, Funkee, Homosapien. I've definitely done some stuff with some groups that you never heard of, like All Flags Burn and Insult to Injury. Let's see, who else have I produced some stuff for? You know, not that many. My production has really been kind of one of those things where it's something I do because I love it, and I haven't really gone out of my way to make sure that I've got this track with this guy or with this guy. But you know, here in the near future, that might happen a little bit more. But really, I'm mostly known as a DJ.
And tell us one of your greatest tour experiences with Del, the Funkee Homosapien.
Man, there's a whole bunch because it's been 8 years now. But for me, like the best show I was ever a part of, whether it be performing or part of an audience, was at the Showbox in Seattle. We did a show where it was just over capacity, and it was just really the most amazing show in terms of the connection with the audience, and the fact that it was my hometown just meant a lot to me. It was a real good feeling to know that I've just made a lot of sacrifices and worked hard to be able to do this, and like to have a moment like that was just a reminder that like, oh yeah, you're not tripping for basically putting the rest of your life on hold for some hip-hop stuff.
And who is Insult to Injury? Insult
to Injury is my crew. It's me and Leland Jones, and we've been a group since 1996, and we've really, I just have so much to say about it, but I need to try to keep it brief. But basically, that's my best friend in the world. We really have just been attacking a lot of our musical exploits together. Like we basically just made each other better in terms of just everything musical. So it's a personal group in a way. Like it's more based on our friendship rather than our projecting our music to the public. And we have some other stuff we're doing where we're involved in other groups that we're together in, where we're focused a little more on what normally people do, which is like make music so people can hear it or whatever. But like really, we're making music as Insult to Injury to build, and that's what's been going on. There's been a lot of building, and hopefully eventually we'll have a chance to do some stuff that's a lot of people get to hear. But we don't really care whether that happens or not. We really.
And tell us about what funk music means to you.
Almost everything. There's just there's a feel and there's a vibe and there's a attitude that go along with funky music and funkiness, and it really has a lot to do with being natural, being comfortable with who you are and what you're doing, and there's just such an amazing tradition of inspiring, good-feeling music that it's really a pleasure to be any part of, whether it's even just letting other people know about what already happened. But of course, you want to be able to make sure that there's stuff continuing to happen. So I'm working hard all the time to try to deserve whatever spot I end up having in it.
And what is one of your specialties in the element of DJing?
My specialty really is that I don't have one necessarily. Like I try to be really widespread. I'm really into. I've always been into scratching. I've always been into mixing. I want to be able to play a lot of different styles. I study all sorts of different genres of music. Basically the ones that tie into hip-hop. Started with hip-hop and that's all I would listen to. And then I pretty much figured out that everything else that ever was pretty much kind of went into forming hip-hop. So that was kind of through my stepdad's record collection. I was finding things and being like, oh, okay. And then I made even more connections when I met a couple friends that were a little older, and they put me on some rock records, and I was like, oh, rock is the music that I didn't really think was as involved, and it is too. So I'm really involved in spinning, rock, reggae, hip hop, funk, soul, whether it be from the 60s, 70s, early 80s, whatever. Just as many different things as possible. Electro, like some early 80s electronic, African type stuff. I mean, there's just basically no limits. So that's probably one of the strengths too. It's just that I have a wide range. I I try to just hold down as many of the different parts the best I can. I'm not going to try to be the best at, well, I'm not going to be the best whether I try or not at any one of those things, but I think that the fact that I'm holding down so many different things gives me a unique voice, and I think that'll be more obvious as time goes on.
And who are some of your all-time inspirations?
Wow, it's a long list, but probably number one for me is Gil Scott-Heron. I'm really into his music, especially. I was just talking to Del about this today, but you know, a lot of people really focus on like his like early '70s stuff, and Revolution Will Not Be Televised and stuff like that. I'm actually really inspired by his mid '70s to early '80s stuff that he did with Brian Jackson, and whether, you know, it might not sound as hip hop to a lot of people as his earlier stuff, but it speaks to me a lot. And then of course Parliament Funkadelic and James Brown and some of the really obvious you know, funk inspirations. There's just no way of avoiding that. But I've tried to go just from a surface appreciation, where, you know, of course you're into hip hop, oh yeah, I like funk, to an obsession where I'm really trying to be a completist in terms of my record collecting and my actual listening to what I collect, and just, you know, having it be more of a part of me. So there's a long list of things like that I'm inspired by, but that's just a couple on the top.
And where's one of your places that you like to be in the world the most?
I really like home, you know, Seattle area and the Northwest in general. I like it here too, you know, it feels like home. I need tall, dark trees around me, and I need good air and nice people. But, you know, there's lots of great places, and I'm really blessed that I get to travel around in my work, and you know, kind of check it all out. And it makes it so I can go back home and not feel like I'm missing out on something else. Like, I get to go to the Midwest, or I get to go to the East Coast, or, you know, whatever, I get to go to Canada. And, you know, it's really nice to get to reach out and be influenced and to influence back. And the whole process is definitely really cool.
And you have any new projects coming out, new CDs?
Yes. I've got a few things in the works. When I get back, what I'm hoping to do is wrap up the mastering process and the creation of a project called Silverware Parachute that I'm also doing with Leland Jones from Insult to Injury. We've got like 4 or 5 groups together with various other members. And that's an experimental instrumental project. I think it's a hip-hop record, but I think it would probably be filed under down-tempo or electronica. It's really got a lot of turntable-based stuff in it. I think that it's pretty unique and it's cool, and I hope people will check it out. Also, there's going to be a new All Flags Burn album that's going to be coming this year. The remix album is about to drop in a second. If you just go to allflagsburn.com, you can download it for free and just check out what we're doing. It's really all about just making sure that music is getting out to people now, because obviously the music industry is a funny style deal, and what's really important is good music, good messages in the music, and spreading it between people, because we all have a lot of work to do to get things to where they need to be, if they ever can be. Obviously things are pretty crazy now. And someone's at the door. Let's see who it is. Hello. Let's plug. She's an important piece of Northwest hip hop history in bringing together the scenes of LA and the Northwest, like you know, Ab Rude and Project Blow related people and such, and she's awesome and we love her, and that's a whole other story.
And do you have any shouts?
I have lots of shouts, yeah. I want to say what up to Leland Jones. I want to say what up to Free Will, the other member of All Flags Burn. I want to say what up to my man OC Notes. I want to say what's up to Del, the Funkee Homosapien, who's in the room. Say what's up to my man Buku One, who really is a key instrumental piece of a whole lot of dope hip hop stuff coming together, including my career. It's something I'm very thankful for. He's a wonderful person. And yeah, man, there's just I want to shout out everybody, man, but it's just not gonna happen. So shouts to you and shouts to everybody. Thanks for checking it out.
For sure.